Honorable, coming to the election time, 2026 is around the corner. So many people are, are coming up to, claim that they are going to contest in various constituencies. One of them that is so hot is the Bardegela-Ibi division. I heard you commenting on one of the channels online about, Martin Mapenduzi, whom in the past was, I would quote that he was one of your favorites as opposition. Why the heckle, if I may say, against him at this time? Why the choice for General Otema at this time, given the past you sounded also very aggressively against General Otema?
Yeah, times change and people change. And it is only a burnt brick, a brick that has gone through the furnace, that you can say this brick is good for building. So General Otema has gone through a furnace of ridicule, of abuses, of so many issues. Where is Yumbe grabbing land, and he has emerged out of the furnace as Otema. Mapenduzi has gone through the furnace in the space of 2 years. But he's posing a challenge. He's creating a crisis of loyalty. He presented himself as a member of opposition. He reaches parliament. He signs an MOU with the National Unity Platform. He becomes the chairman for 2.5 years. Then after that again, he signs an MOU with the NRM and also becomes a leader within the NRM. So, actually is not wanting. We would rather have people who are clear-cut. Like in the next election, actually has 28 parliamentary seats. So it is us to choose in the tray of eggs, which one do we want to put NRM? We can put a few. Unekilari, Uriemo Kelo has always been there for people. People like General Otema, that's my bet, we'll place there. We can have a few key pillars, because you don't put all eggs in one basket. Then, in my opinion, the other part of the basket should be filled with clear people that speak for Kara, that speak for the tribe. And Mapenduzi is not one of those. Mapenduzi is playing a kind of politics I would call chameleon politics. When the bushfires are coming, the chameleon, instead of running, the chameleon decides to change its color to red and yellow, the color of the fire. It does not save the fire from burning it. Changing the color of the chameleon to the color of the fire would not save. So the fire would still burn the chameleon, and the chameleon will die. So Mapenduzi is a chameleon. We cannot rely on him. I have said, and I want to say now, you should be good at something, even a bad thing. If you're doing a bad thing, do it so well and leave a name. If you're doing a good thing, do it so well and leave a name. Mapenduzi has not done any good thing. He has also not done any bad thing. So, me, as Odonga Otto, if we want NRM, we get NRM proper, in the character of General Otema. If we want opposition, we get opposition proper, not these people who are always in the middle of a weighing scale. So the appeal of Mapenduzi has diminished, and we will do everything it takes on this planet to ensure he does not go back to parliament. This one I can say without fear of contradiction. So I place my vote for General Otema, and I've talked to Honorable Olanya Gilbert. We shall be joining General Otema in a few rallies soon. However, I told General Otema he has some skeletons in his closet. Before you won the hands of walking around the compound, before you also have to deal with the wild cat in the bush. I told him, I am not in agreement with his position on Balalu. But given his position in the army, he cannot comment on issues of Balalu the way some of us can comment. He went on radio and said, that is the best he can do as someone in military fatigue. We hope that position can change if he retires. The second area of disagreement with him, he seems to think that people who voluntarily sell their land should not cry to anyone else for help. He personally told me that someone sold the land to take the parents for a kidney transplant in India. So how do I start stopping them from selling customary land? So his view is kind of transactional. Willing buyer, willing seller. I'm not comfortable with that. My view is that our people are vulnerable, and our campaign to tell them not to sell customary land must be for a lifetime. Because the moment we change to willing buyer, willing seller, we're going to have a problem. So those are the two skeletons that every day General goes to dress up. You should see it coming in the next election. But be it as may, you can still rely on him. He's one character you can rely on him. I told him the other day jokingly that actually here is properly painted. It looks like those hotels I sleep in New York. But it will be an IDP. It will be an internally displaced person's camp. Because when hell breaks loose in Uganda, people will run to the general's home to keep them. That is an asset. But can you run to the home of Mapenduzi? They will even peel the iron sheets while you're in the house. So where we've reached, we need to have certain key pillars, like 6, 7 strong NRM MPs and then 22 opposition. Then we shall go to that parliament. That is my thinking. And I have a right to be wrong. It is in the constitution.